What's going on?
Cut me out. Okay.
And welcome to Black Kings Free Game. Mm-hmm. Today we have Crystal Hart in the building, and I ain't talking about Kevin Hart's baby mama or ex-wife. I'm talking about Crystal Hart of Liberty County that gets things done, baby. And we have Aminetta. Am I saying that right? Aminetta. See, I said that. Aminetta. And Aminetta is a community organizer, which is really an activist. She out here doing big things, and I dare you to say anything about her. And of course, we have King Boston in the building, and we have King Myers in the building, along with the Queen Hart and Queen.
Ooh. You can't say your last name.
Lord.
Traore Morris.
There we go. Don't be trying to do me like that.
You said what?
Traore Morris.
Okay.
It's like hyphenated.
It's hyphenated.
Traore. I think that's
Traore Morris.
Single knees.
Okay.
It's Senegalese.
Senegalese. Yes.
Senegalese. Morris is Riceboro.
Yeah. Look, you see how she thought that? Hey, I don't know if my mic is on good or not. Can y'all hear me pretty good?
I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna tag the music down a little bit because we got to get into how everyone's week has been, especially for Miss Crystal and Miss Aminetta. So we're gonna start with you today, Crystal.
My week has been busy. I had a big event in Savannah for a client. So still doing after action with that and coming down off of that high.
Okay, so you saying coming down off of that high, which means tired.
Yes. Say no to drugs.
Yeah, right.
So yes, coming down off of that event. People don't know all the work that goes into a corporate or professional event. So a lot of behind the scenes work went into those 8 hours that we were there, and everybody's happy and I'm resting.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, you can't beat that. Riceboro. Is that where you're originally from?
No, my husband is.
Oh, so you represent.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So it's a family affair.
It is.
Look, how was your week been, Queen?
My week was good. I think I was winding down from some travel last week as well, but also planning for a lot of great things that people want to bring to the area, and I'm happy about it.
That's awesome. So, upon your traveling, can you tell where'd you go?
I went to DC. A lot of policy things going on there, a lot of funding opportunities, a lot of people that are interested in rural communities. That's what we are. We need some of that energy here.
And money.
Right. Traveling,
and funding.
She's balling.
Chocolate City.
Right. Chocolate City, yeah.
Right.
And it's weird you said that because a lot of people, I guess, they don't understand that DC, if they have a problem, that's where they really need to be at, and not on people's property doing foolishness. Anyways, King Boston, how was your few days since you've been on here? How's it been, bro?
My week as a whole has been productive. You know, this is spring, and it's in full swing, and the termites are doing what termites do.
Oh, that means you're getting paid. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. They have that. It helps, you know, and I'm just grateful to be here. I'm glad the sun is out. Fun fact.
Yes.
Normally when it rains, and then the sun comes out, termites swarm.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah. So I'll probably be getting some phone calls tomorrow. So that's just the cycle.
So Magnum Pest Control, your pest control right here in Liberty County and surrounding counties.
And we
Pest Control.
We rebranded.
Yes.
So if you see the new truck outside,
you know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
Speaking my language.
Yeah.
Rebrand. Look, I'm gonna tell this, and he probably wouldn't give me. Look, I told a Negro, look, bro, look, I love the Magnum, but can it look better? He was like, yo, you know what, son? You right, dog.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm liking the way your knowledge is kicking in your brain, son. You know what I'm saying?
And say less. We did it.
Yes,
we did it.
And he did a phenomenal job, y'all.
We got one truck wrapped.
Yes.
And we have another one getting wrapped as we speak.
Love
So,
it, love it,
you know,
love
we'll
it.
have 2 trucks out there, and you know, I just need solid employees that's going to
Absolutely.
push the movement forward.
Oh, so
grew
you're
up on-
hiring.
Absolutely.
That's what
Okay.
it sounds like. I grew up
Absolutely.
on a proverb: "Little by little, a bird builds its nest," and it sounds like your nest is building up,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
very nicely.
Yes,
So,
ma'am. It is.
Congratulations
and
on
I'm
that
grateful
growth.
for that. I appreciate that. Yep.
Yes, bro. Like
I'm not that interested.
King Midas. But look, he say he's not that interesting, but let me tell you something interesting. The interesting thing is that my brother's about to bring us a niece into this world, and that's more interesting than anything that we got going on. Period. So,
Yeah.
bro, you can never not be uninteresting. Now, you as a person, maybe,
Yeah,
but the things that you got going on in your life, the things that you are protecting as a man that I know on a day-to-day basis,
Right.
I'm very proud of, and I salute that. So that is far
clap it up.
beyond not interesting. So, Mr. Not Interesting, how was your continuance of your week going, bro?
Anxiety. Just pretty much with anxiety and working. Even though we got one coming, I'm still having to be the district manager of Leaf Filter, so I still have to do my job and also, you know, be on high alert. So definitely productive, exciting, anxiety. Every morning, is she here yet? She here yet?
When's the due date?
Any day now.
Get ready
Okay.
to deliver that baby.
Wow.
No, I'm playing.
I'm not delivering. Because
Yes,
I see
you
it,
will.
it's going to
Yes,
be.
you will.
Y'all
Wait
gonna
till you
You have to.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna call an ambulance. It's gonna be 2 of them. One with me in the bed because I done passed out, and then another one with her looking at me like you a
This is
damn
the toughest
fool.
beat Negro I
I
know.
was like-
Black man will fall out because of excitement. It's not even because he's scared. It'll be the anxiety of the excitement that he like, oh God, she here. Oh, gotta step it up. I'm a man. And then bow, he out.
Boom.
So you look, I'm always excited to hear that everybody's week is going good because you know that we go through all of these different things, and sometimes it just take a little moment to throw us off key.
How's your week going?
All right.
Birthday week.
Thank you for
Yeah.
asking.
Birthday
Yeah,
yesterday.
birthday week. Look.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
2 days ago. Wednesday.
wow.
Wednesday.
Oh, my brother
Related.
on point. Oh,
All my days.
birthday.
I was here too. And it felt like it was just like yesterday.
Oh yeah.
So you know when your days just running like this, like you just be like whatever.
Look,
You right.
on Wednesday, our birthday was cool. As the day kept progressing, it just got cooler and cooler. And then one of our other brothers came through, McKnight, and he was like, look, because my wife had already made the suggestion. She's like, why don't you just go out, man? You don't go out. I was like, okay, all right, but I don't think so. I think I'm going to chill at the house. But when McKnight said, hey, Bo, we going to be up there. And then you got your other brother here talking about, yo, if you gonna go shoot, I'll drop bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, maybe I should go. And man, let me tell you something. Them brothers showed out for your boy.
Oh,
Nice.
that's what it's
They really
about.
did,
it.
man. So yeah, that lifted my spirits even higher. And even before I left, man, they did my little birthday cake song, and my daughter
Which
sang the happy birthday.
Which one?
Both.
They did both of them.
Both.
Yeah, we do
Yo,
the.
hands. It's your Gracie's corner. No.
No, we don't do
I
that.
don't even know that one. You gotta teach me that
How old is your babies?
My babies are old, 10 and 11.
But you still
I
be
got
listening to
nieces and
Gracie?
nephews. Yeah,
one.
yeah.
They keep you hip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got the original birthday song, and then, but the one that really got me is that my little, itty bitty, my 8-year-old.
He's adorable.
Look, she sang me happy birthday, her solo piece.
Totally,
this
yeah.
time.
She said it too.
Hey, she did that thing. It wasn't no, great thing. Like she didn't sound like Anita Baker or nothing, but
She sounded like
sounded
herself.
Right.
There you go.
Yes.
You did that.
Like itty bitty.
And my son, look, he threw up his hands right now because he wanted me to recognize him. So yes, you did sing it to me, son. But
did something.
it's a lot of stuff that you just didn't inherit from your father.
That's not one of them.
No, it really wasn't. But you did it, and I appreciate that the heartfelt gesture, son.
Yeah.
I really do.
Proud of you.
Kings and queens out there, as you hear our week was, look, if you in the comments, tell us how it is. But before we get started, I want you to know, I want you guys to go to YouTube, right? When you go to YouTube, I want you to type in Black Kings Free Game. And I want you to subscribe for me. Because
like and subscribe, guys.
Look, please do. Because in a few weeks, we're about to start giving out prizes. And we're going to be going into some deep topics. So I just want you guys to be there with us while we're doing this. So, look. Let's get started with some questions.
Hot seat.
So, never a hot seat.
Never a hot
Crystal.
seat.
Crystal,
Okay.
Tell me some things about what it is that you're doing in the community right now, and some things that you think the public should know. And if you got some free game, let them know. This is about to be free game, y'all. But let us know what's going on.
Okay. So for me, I am a mompreneur and a Geechee girl from Sunbury, Georgia.
All right.
So a lot of what I'm doing is a transition for my business. By day, what pays the bills is public relations consultant. As a public relations consultant, I work with nonprofit and government entities to make sure that they are correctly reaching out to their constituents, the people that they serve, to keep you informed. So that's what I'm doing in the day. And then at night, I am usually serving as the president of Seabrook Village Foundation, which is a living history African American museum in Sunbury, Georgia. And also I am launching 2 programs. One is I guess you can call it a business accelerator, helping people start businesses that are legal, impactful, and profitable. Okay. And then my sisters and we are creating an event hosting business that pretty much just bring culture and experiences to everyday celebrations. So we elevate the way you celebrate.
Oh, I like that.
I like that.
Just a little bit.
That's the slogan? Is that the...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the
Elevate the way you celebrate.
I gotta do it.
And they do it in a major way, y'all.
We
Yeah.
elevate
They're doing it in a major way.
the way you celebrate. Crystal Heart. Wait, what's the name of it though?
Sisters and Co.
Sisters and Co. We elevate the way you celebrate. Get in contact with Crystal Heart as soon as possible.
Yes, as soon as possible.
For your celebration.
You won't regret it.
Look, so everybody knows what everybody does up here, and if you don't, they need to start paying me. But we got leaf filters. Eddie is the area manager because he don't like you to call him anything else. You can't just say manager. You got to put
That's right.
area. And like he says, I have 6 stores. Am I right?
12 district manager.
I'm about to say, is it area or district?
No,
District.
Yeah.
See how he did
I
that?
think the district bigger than the area. He got areas up under him.
Yeah, he is the president of District 5 in Hunger Games. But yeah, so he's got that going, and we got Magnum Pest Control, and you have Moi. Your boy that does it all, King Khan's the People's Champ in real estate, clothing, and also the show that you're watching right now. Now, Amiyata, is there anything else you want to shout out about yourself?
I just like to shout out. I have a trucking company, X&J Hauling.
Oh, damn, I need to holler at you.
We're on the road.
Let's
getting
do
out
it.
on asphalt
I
and
see you
everything.
every morning.
We just we'll talk about that after the show.
Okay, so X&J Hauling, that's my family company. I also have Liberty Landscape Material, where the old Tina's Deli used to be. It's in transition. I'm pivoting, y'all.
Okay.
And pivots are important, I think, when you realize the way you're supposed to be going. But I know that that commercial property needs to be used in a special way. So I'm here to keep that family land doing something, but also operating in the capacity of community organizing.
I'm trying to think. You said where Tina's Deli is?
It's before your time, but don't worry.
Yeah. Give me some history, please.
Oh, Tina's Deli. That's my husband's grandmother, late Tina Morris.
Okay.
She used to work in IGA. She used to cook in IGA. Everybody knew her food then.
Okay.
She bought that piece of land across from Live Oak Apartments right now.
On 84.
Okay.
On 84.
So it's in Midway.
It's in Midway.
Okay, gotcha.
She bought that property and she opened up her own restaurant where she served the community for a long time.
Nice.
So that land is still in the
family.
Yeah, still in the family, and we not giving it up.
So when you say Morris, it's not Morrison, is it?
No, it's Morris.
Morris. I'm trying to think because we if you kick off in the country, we might be related.
Oh,
you related
Lord.
to any Waffles or Powell's?
I don't know. No, I'm not doing this.
Don't put me in that position now.
But I
It's
do
my
know
husband's.
that my husband would not date people in this area because everybody was dating their family.
Yeah.
Right.
I've heard
And
that.
so he found me somewhere else.
Let me tell you something.
Smart man.
On some real stuff. Look, my mother, right? So when I brought my wife here, right? I brought her to meet my mother. And when my mother looked up before my wife could get good in the house, she said, "Oh, baby, you were Smiley." So look, in my mind, I'm like, "No, mama." She said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Whoa." Hold on, man. Wait a minute. I said, "Mom, it's too late." Look, but look, what it was, we weren't related, to those Smileys anyway. But it was the fact of back in those days, your mother, grandmother could just look at somebody and tell you
who your people
and
is.
then when she surprised me and said, "Yes, ma'am," I said, "What?" And then I realized that through life, I probably saw her before I met her now.
Right.
And that's the trippy part. She said, "Yeah, we used to stay in this house right on this road." I'm like, "What?"
I know that house.
Right.
Right.
And that was in Liberty County?
In Liberty County, on Bill Carter Road, and it's also in Hinesville. I was like, "Dang, we probably played hide and go get," and I didn't even know that you was the person I was getting.
Oh wow.
I got him now.
Yeah.
Got him.
Got him. So with some of these projects, Crystal, that you have going, is it some of them that you want to highlight right now?
Sure. So 2 projects I have going on. The first one is Liberty Transit. So Liberty Transit is our public transit system based in Hinesville, but of course Flemington and Walthamville, it services those areas as well as Fort Stewart. But exciting news is we are currently doing an update to the plan to make sure that the public transit system is serving the community as a whole. So there is a survey going on right now where you can view what the proposed options are and give your feedback on what you think will work. I'll give you a teaser. There's some talk about expanding to Riceboro. There's talk about expanding to Midway. There's talk about an employment shuttle, and there's talk about a transit system that could bring transit center. That could bring Greyhound back into the city. That could be a place for electric cars to charge. That can do a lot where it comes to public transit, bicycle centers, all of that. So if you go to libertytransit.org, that's LIBERTY transit transit.org. You can click on the link to view the proposed plan, give us your feedback, and be entered to win $50. So it doesn't take long. You can go to libertytransit.org and take a look at that. And also, this is free game because
Free game,
this is
let's
not my
go.
client, but I do feel strongly about this next survey that is out, which is the Liberty Consolidated Planning Commission is also doing a comprehensive update, which just plans what the future of our community will look like. So they have a survey currently going on that you can give feedback. It takes about 5 minutes. They ask you questions about housing, recreation, industry, commercial property, just like what's wrong, what do you need, the reputation of Liberty County, all of that. So I think it's very important. They are not a client, but I will show love anyway. So you can go thelcpc.org and you can get information on that survey. So those 2 things you need to do. It won't take long. You will have an opportunity to speak up because I know a lot of people don't go to the meetings. Yes. They don't even know who their commissioner is. They don't know who represents them and what's going on. So this is your opportunity to get off of Facebook, or not right now, you need to keep watching. This is your opportunity to not just comment on Facebook about what you don't have, but to put it in writing about what it is that you're seeking. So libertytransit.org to talk about public transit, and you can enter for a chance to win $50. And the lcpc.org, which is Liberty Consolidated Planning Commission, to give your feedback on what Liberty County needs to do to make it better for all of us.
Hey, y'all, what's one thing about this free game, right? Is she's dropping jewels to you, because I hear a lot of people always complaining about the community.
Yeah.
But I don't see enough action being done to show the concern that you're complaining about. So she just dropped some jewels to you that you need to participate and I see Miss Antoinita Mosley has put all of these things into the feed.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Yes, she put it into the feed so you guys can get involved with your community. So I encourage you guys to go and participate. Y'all want to see change done? Instead of just voting, go ahead and start acting. Start doing some action so you can be a part of it. And you'll be able to see those people that you put in office who ain't doing what they say they are, and you'll see the ones that are. So straight like that, them straight facts, because we be holding Mitchell Boston here, King Boston, accountable for the things he got going on in Walthamville.
Please do, because LCPC's having a workshop, I believe, in July, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, and Riceboro is May 20th.
Okay.
I think they have a schedule. Each community will have a community meeting where they can get your feedback in person, but the survey is just another component if you're not able to make it there, which I think is just so important, and it's good that they're trying to find different ways to get input.
Now I know that when we had attended the workshop in Midway. And that was interesting.
Yes,
and,
that was a Homestown Macintosh meeting.
Right.
Yes.
And a lot of the feedback that we received from some of their constituents was that not enough people knew about the workshop.
Right.
And it
was packed.
It was
packed, which was good for a meeting. So shout out to Homestown.
Absolutely.
They showed up, but they were like, "This isn't all of us. We're going to get more people, so we need more of that energy."
And I'm just wondering, how do we reach those masses? That aren't on social media.
Ooh,
and
good question.
It seems like that's like the $1 million question, because we deal with that in Walthamville as well.
Y'all can hire me, but she can give you a short answer.
Okay. We're going to have to talk.
Okay.
The short answer is partnership and collaboration. I think me and Crystal and I have found a sweet spot in that. We know our strengths, and we know we can do some big things together.
Right.
We recently organized a community forum and brought out over 200 people to talk about environmental justice. So if we can do that for environmental justice, we could do that to talk about some people's water bill, to talk about some people's ditches that need to be fixed, street lights. And so what needs to be done is, I think we have to look outside of the means that we're normally used to doing. And sometimes it might be a job position that is not doing it properly. It might be a method that is just antiquated or it doesn't work for certain communities. It may work for one community and not another. So we really have to think about looking outside of that and getting some consultants to come in from a different aspect, spending that money differently. We've been trying this for 10 years. Let's reach over here to these two people. We already know they can bring the people out.
Right.
Let's give them that money right quick, and let's see if we could be more successful this way. So I think those are some of the things that we can, partnership and collaboration. Nobody's trying to take anything. There's room for everybody.
Absolutely.
But if we're talking about hearing community voices, some people in this community that are really good at it, like getting people like that out.
Well, I know one big thing is that, with transition comes more money. And some people just need to know that in order to get these things, you're going to have to spend money.
For sure.
And that's the biggest thing that people have a problem with, especially when you have leadership that comes in and knows, hey, man, these are all good programs, but the reason we don't have nothing,
funding.
We need funding. And then people from a $20 to $30 difference is tripping. Like, why did my bill go up? Because you want this, and we can't afford this. Now, when we try to tell you why, then you're, oh no, that's just government. No, it's not government. Nothing. It's like everything requires money to get it. Are we getting sound? Everybody in the chat, let me know if you guys can hear us or not, because we got one person saying they can't. But if you're not investing in your community, you can't keep pulling from it.
I believe that as well. And another thing that I see in communities is just not doing things from an authentic standpoint. Even if you are an organization that needs input from community and you just throw a fish fry, but you're not rooted in that community, it's not going to be perceived well.
Yes.
Right.
So you can't just say I'm throwing a fish fry and expecting the community to come out, because who are you? We know you may be in a position, but you don't mean nothing to our community, even though you're speaking for us. So how can we, again, it goes back. If you want people to come out and you really want their input, how can we engage a community person that's within community already doing that work, and these to corral their people, to galvanize their community, and say, hey, we're gonna win if we do this together. We need to go out here to this. Now, come on.
Community influencers, like
one thing,
real influencers.
Right.
Absolutely.
We had recently in Walthamville, we had a town hall meeting.
Okay.
And I would say it wasn't very well attended. I think we
That's the
might have
norm.
had 10 people, but it was very fruitful. And what came from it was because, again, we were so dependent on technology and trying to get the word out, and it just wasn't working. And one thing that we came up with was pretty much to take it back to the basics.
That's true.
And what we said was we need the term that we came up with. We didn't come up with it, but volunteer ambassadors. So pretty much we're looking at the city as a whole. We're gonna divide it up by communities and delegate your neighbors, your local influencers,
Right.
to push the information out so that they could spread it to their neighbors.
That's public relations, by the way.
Right.
That's what public relations is, because most people don't know what that means, and that's exactly what it is.
Because what the Queen here just said made total sense, and that's something that we need, is that involvement and engagement to where both sides starts understanding that there's more to it than just somebody being in the position, and then some of these politicians aren't connected with the people enough to understand what the realization of people that aren't in their status is.
Right.
And that's okay too.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, you may not be able to connect with everyone, but you need to be able to identify that and know who is.
Yes.
So it's okay to not be connected, but to go, like you said, be authentic and finding the people who are, and making sure that you're truly trying to hear new voices in new ways. And even with Walthamville, free game for Walthamville and anybody else, is think about your target audience, like the person you're trying to reach. How do they consume information? If I'm trying to talk to 10-year-olds, I'm not going to put something in the newspaper. I'm not even going to put it on Facebook, but they're on TikTok. So, or wherever else they are, because I don't even know. I know mine keep their heads in the phone. But that's just basic first step, making sure that you are clear about who it is you're trying to reach, and then you consider what their needs are, what their desires are, where they're getting communication, how do they communicate. With our forum that we planned, we saw that people weren't going to do Zoom. They didn't want to watch a video. They wanted hands-on instruction, which was shocking to me, because I'm like, you mean to tell me you want to come sit in a workshop? And they're like, yeah. And they did it, and they asked for more.
Wow.
So you have to know who you're reaching and take yourself out of the equation and ask them what they need and what they want. And then your job as a leader is to provide it.
Oh, I thought it looks like y'all need to do some hiring.
Yeah, I concur.
Let's go with our big words. Concur.
I feel like we could go on about that topic all night. I was about to say one other thing that I would definitely say is making sure you're reaching people where they're at. You know, our community is dynamic in so many ways, and we have people on every aspect of, you know, education levels, professional levels, and so when we think about that, we have to reach our communities where they are, and those are some creative ways.
Yep.
Like it could be through food. It could be through, you know what I mean? Like it could be through so many different things, and I think once you find those people that are able to put together that package, that package for you,
yeah, right here.
Because I love what you said, that you have volunteer ambassadors, and I was talking to somebody the other day, and you know what she told me? It's time for you to stop volunteering. Ooh. That's what I came when I moved from Atlanta to Hinesville. I came with, I'm going to get involved in this. I'm going to volunteer, and I love volunteering. I was an ambassador for United Way for 2 years, and I could still volunteer for them right now if I want to. But I'm trying to have people put their money where their mouth is. If you need these services,
and you see my value, the hard part is us realizing our value. And I'm saying us because I struggled with that when I opened my business. Like the first 2 years, I'm like, give it. And I was like, you're doing more volunteer work than paid work. And people, the expectation grew. And now I'm like, oh no. One lady told me, you want me to pay your bills? I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I want you to do. So when I send my invoice, that means I recognize my worth, my value, and I will volunteer when it's warranted.
Right.
But for business owners, if you're struggling with that mindset shift, like what you do is valuable, it is unique, it is needed, and you deserve to get paid for it.
And look, I'm talking to you now because
Look, I'm listening.
now it's about to become a whole. No, but I want you to hear me from a really nice standpoint because job descriptions are really nice. When you look at them, it's like, oh, I could do that. Let me apply. No, that ain't for me. Contractual work exists.
Right.
So whereas you might be putting $50,000 aside for a position, think about your major projects and divvy out 10, 15, 20 for that and find your people that do the work.
Right.
So you don't have
That's
somebody
been a
that's
big
just
barrier,
right,
yeah.
that's just occupying office space, not doing a really good job. But find your people that can do it and write up contracts.
Or
Yeah.
the flip side, adding an additional job description on to someone who isn't qualified. And this isn't a slam against anyone, but I know in my field, a lot of times the work I do is get slumped in with IT. And it's so different. Like even what I do when I'm building a website is different from an engineer or a IT person. And so realizing that too, be fair to the people who are currently employed and don't overwhelm them by seeking other sources like you said, contracts. You don't need to do all the fringe benefits and have space there. You just need to trust and set infrastructure for someone to come in and help you.
Right. Yeah, and I got something to say about that because for years now, I didn't even give myself the name to People's Channel. People gave it to me, and I do a lot of free
You're
stuff,
branded.
y'all. Yeah. I do a lot of free stuff, and even my brothers have come to me and say, "Hey, so you getting paid for this one?"
Yeah. We had that conversation about a week ago.
Yeah, it's like because I go in, man. I go in for everybody.
It's easy to do.
It's easy to do it because that's in your heart.
Yeah.
But then your pockets need to be reciprocated. It's like because people will take your value and abuse everything that you got, and they don't want to give you nothing in return. And then when you start asking, where you at? Look, what do you mean, man?
Because it's easy.
I got a whole family.
Right. It's easy for you to take your gift for granted.
Granted, yeah.
You know, and those of us that are fortunate enough to operate within our passion,
Yes.
You do it because you love it, and it kind of does come effortlessly to you.
Right.
But it's up to you to value and find that value in what it is that you're offering.
Right.
And I've struggled with that as well.
Yeah, of course we all have. Because I see some people that I've been replaced for asking for money, and the person that they replaced me with wasn't even close. It's like,
We're moving on.
And I didn't even see the event no more. They were like, we're not. It didn't go over to. I wonder why. Because when the person that you wanted, oh no, that's an extra $250. Yeah. You know how much energy that takes?
Yeah.
That takes away from my family time. It takes away from me having something else I could have did that day to make some money.
It's a shift in everybody's mindset.
Yeah.
Like even when I think of it, like when I think about what I went to school for, how I went to school, and what they trained me to do, apply for a job. They never told me to start a business. That's now they're doing that. You see Pinky Cole that was out giving people money for entrepreneurship at Savannah State. Like that wasn't happening when I graduated. So now, like it's a mindset shift for a lot of folks to be like, okay, this is my volunteer time, but this is actually what I'm doing. You could take it or leave it.
Yeah.
You already know the quality of my work and everything else. So once you lay that on table, I think it really frees you up to get some freedom, but also realize that unfortunately, a lot of times we gotta look outside of our own community.
Yeah. And that's messed up.
That's great.
And that's when the work comes in, and you're like, okay, I'll take it.
Exactly.
I have a question for Eddie. Eddie, where do you find out your... I know. I'm like, this isn't right.
I was just listening.
So
Usually I'm talking a lot, so it's good just to sit back.
But I still have a question.
All right.
Okay, so when you find out information or look for information from government, political, whatever it is, where do you go? Where do you look for your information? Or how do you find it?
Google.
Google?
Yep.
So So something that simple, knowing, like you said, with him with Google, I go to your website and is it up to date or does it have the information I need? You've done a disservice, and it's because you haven't taken the time. You meaning like anybody who owns a business, whether it's government, anywhere, that you haven't taken the time to figure out how people are looking for you and where they want to find the information and deliver it in that way. So that's the kind of conversations I have with my clients who are your people, and then I go to the people and say, what do you want? What do you need? So my job is sort of to be a liaison between the two to make sure that whoever my client is really putting in an effort to reach the people and that the people are able to communicate back to them. And I just wanted to say that because a lot of people still don't know what public relations is. Like they give you like their blank stare like,
I got you.
But that's so that's the way to explain it. So I call public relations marriage. Advertising is a one night stand. They just like get you with the flashy good, and then marketing. I just tell people that's like dating. They're gonna talk to you a little bit longer and give you some information, but it's still self-serving. But with public relations, it's a true partnership. We're wanting it to be mutually beneficial and make sure that the communication is there so that people can get what they need. So
good. And speaking of that, kind of let's switch up some of these topics, right? So she was talking about it's kind of like dating, right? Out here in the world today, y'all. How do y'all feel like all this dating game is going? Because most of us people at the table, we
I
don't
know you did not.
No. I'm talking about the things that we see, visually, and the way that these people and our people and all types of people are carrying themselves, because. Dog, we slacking. Like I see so much disengagement with unity now. Unity is like almost taboo. It's like you're unified with somebody. Well, let me tell you everything they do wrong that I see on this video. Like this person looks like they. Oh no, he looks like she be telling him what to do. And, like,
did you see the way he was chewing?
Yeah, like that was so disrespectful to her. You can tell that he's abusive because he chewed gum so hard. Like I want to see more unity. So, but seriously, how do you guys feel about the type of unity we got?
It's crazy. Me and my wife were just having a conversation yesterday because she seen something on Facebook, or it was either this morning. As a matter of fact, it was today.
Okay.
This female individual was like, she's talking to this guy, and she was like, she's going out to lunch. So he sent her $30.
Okay.
That wasn't enough for her.
Oh yeah.
Where is she eating?
She wanted $100.
$100 for lunch.
$100 for lunch.
I'm not gonna judge her, but. Okay.
I know because I'll spend it.
Right.
I'll spend it, but it won't be home.
Right. So I'm like, so the comment was, the video was, another girl was reacting to it, and she was like, if this man sent you $30 of money that he made, y'all not married, but he gave you to say, hey, okay, you go on to lunch, here's $30, but you're saying, her response to that was like, I told him, never mind about $30, I want $100, but I got a man who will send it to me.
Ooh.
Folks' expectations are not real based off of what they're seeing.
Yeah. Too much access to information.
On social media and
internet. And the dating world out here is crazy. I told my wife, I was like, yo, you talking about divorce, it's gonna be, you got two options. Cough in our body bag.
Dang.
Coffee in a body bag.
Yeah.
She'll probably respond. She'll probably respond to that.
I have to do this.
Oh God, you gotta be
We need that public relations.
Yeah, you gotta be careful.
This will be cut and edited out later because it's crazy as hell.
It's a joke, but
I know.
For those people who know me, I joke, but it was like, day world out here is crazy, man.
Yeah, you can tell that.
Like, it's all about money now.
That takes us back to that Cheesecake Factory situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like who are you? Like what value you got? Let me see why you deserve more than Cheesecake Factory.
I thought the Cheesecake Factory was a good look for it. I don't really.
You ain't leaving out of there without
Me and my wife's first date was IHOP.
Hey.
It was IHOP. That was our first
Me
date.
and my
IHOP.
wife, the first time we ate, we were at Waffle House, and we had
Mine
a
was
blast.
IHOP. So I'm a little bit more alien than
Exactly.
you.
Y'all see me here thinking, man.
I was like, I don't even remember. But I will say my preference is not to go eat on a first date. So
Okay.
that's what's different for me, because I'm a talker. Lord, I run my mouth. And so I listen too, but so usually like eating is like stuff in the way. Like I want to talk and engage
Right.
to see if I want to go eat with you later. So so that's why it's probably so hard for me to even think about it. But I like to eat. So
Yeah, because it can be uncomfortable if you're in a situation and you're on a date and you don't ordered your food right, and you're sitting there and you know you want that food, so you like, dang, I'm gonna have to go ahead and go through this. Yep. I gotta wait on that food. But yeah, I think that my first date with my wife, I think I cooked for her.
oh,
I think I did, because you know your boy could throw
why am
down
I
in the
saying
kitchen.
oh? I'm sorry.
I guess you did okay.
Oh,
She's still living, so
Yeah, she's still alive. So
I think you did all right.
But I'm trying to remember the meal. I can't remember the meal, but I know I probably cooked, because I really didn't have the pockets like that, to be honest. So at least y'all guys were able to go to Waffle House. And where did you say you went?
IHOP.
Ah,
But I
you had
saved-
big money.
I like
No,
breakfast.
I saved for that.
I love it.
Y'all gotta understand,
I
because
was coming from Atlanta to come all the way down here to see her. I was in Conyers at the time. I think it was in Conyers. I think it was Conyers. I was living, and we met each other. And the funny thing is, we have the same mutual friends and never run across each other.
Oh wow.
I love
Right here in
that.
Hinesville. My
Wow.
godmother, she used to be at her house all the time, and I stayed there. Our paths never crossed until I seen a Facebook post when she was doing some duck lips, and I was like, "Yo, them shits is ugly."
and let me tell you something about Eddie, like a real story, man. Just to know that he had to pay for his prescription glasses, because his glasses were like 6 pounds,
Right.
and
Right.
and he had to save up
heavy.
money to
Wait,
go
hold on, wait. Mitch, you still laughing at that joke? We both wear glasses.
Hey,
Somebody's
we
gonna have
Mitch
to laugh.
As a unit, we're not looking good. And people wear glasses.
I got. These are actually and there's no shame in my game. These are actually bifocals.
Yes.
But you can see, right?
I can see great.
Right.
Tell
Exactly.
them the
20/20
difference.
with these
Right.
on.
Tell them the difference, Mitch. Tell them the difference between glasses and bifocals.
Look, when I look up, I see one thing. If I want to look far, if I want to look down, everything come right here.
Oh, Lord.
And they did all that without putting the line in there.
Right.
And look, thank God
Better
for
keep
health
up with them
insurance.
glasses. Oh, okay.
Hey,
Yeah, I know that
Better
one.
get
cheap.
you some.
exactly. Get you some health
They've
insurance.
come a long way.
And I've been reminded that it was sherry chicken that I cooked the first time that we engaged. It was
What?
that's my premium dish now. It was sherry chicken. It's
Sherry
roasted chicken, right? That I cook with sherry wine,
Right.
and then I made like this gravy,
Gotcha.
and the gravy's made out of heavy whipping cream,
Right.
meat, onions, and a whole bunch of vegetables.
Gotcha.
You mixed it all together, and you pour it over the chicken and put it back in the oven. That was like my elegant dish, and yes, I think right then that's when I
Cream
got her.
baked
She was
chicken.
like,
Yeah. Yeah, that sherry wine add a distinct flavor.
Don't it?
I'm up on that sherry wine.
Don't
Yeah.
You got to cook it down as a reduction, but
Oh, he go to chef, whatever. I ain't reducing nothing. I just went eyeballing it, Mr. Chef. and I can't clown him about his cooking because he can cook. But man, this joker said, "Hey, Mark, meet me outside." So I happily put on the clothes that I needed to, and I hopped my butt outstairs, dog. And he had this foil with some asparagus hanging out. I said,
Already got me.
I said, okay. He said, yeah, I cooked some salmon, man. I just wanted you to try it. And I was like, I would wait till I get in the house, but dog, I don't really want to share it. Man, I've been into that salmon, dog. It had that, look, I like my salmon cooked nice. I don't want all that overcookedness. I don't want it undercooked. I want it flaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dog, on the outside of this salmon, it was like that crisp. You know that crisp?
You cook that?
What? Did he? It
You
was
cook, Mitch?
crisp.
I do a little
You
something.
cook too? Okay, three cooking men. Okay.
Don't let him lie on the show like that. Anyways,
Let me tell you. I always taught my daughters this because I've cooked whole Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, and I tell people if you can read, you can cook.
here you go.
No. Look, listen.
Okay,
I follow instructions. I got cookbooks.
Yeah, he the type that
and
cooks
it
stuff.
worked. And it worked. Yeah.
He
Okay.
cooks
Really?
stuff.
It worked?
From scratch.
You
From
dress
scratch.
into
it.
Mac
Yeah,
and
not
cheese.
Yeah.
I had the Patty LaBelle cookbook. Man, please.
Okay.
Everything.
We gonna
from,
judge.
From what was this? Green bean casserole to
You gonna have to
mac
do a
and
little
cheese
show
to
where we
everything.
do a taste test and have folks.
Thanksgiving show.
Let's
Bring
do
it back.
it.
Yeah.
We can do that, but I don't know about me eating. But I told y'all,
You don't eat that right food.
Mitch flexing, dog.
I'm telling you, man.
I
I'm telling
smelled
you.
one dish he cooked, and we were headed to the Georgia-Florida game, and he had like this mixed of vegetables, and I think it was rice. He was on that meat kick. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
trying to think what you talking about.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
I need a poll. This is the question to me. Poll. So how many people actually follow directions? Because you got me doubting myself. Like I never follow directions.
That's because you can
Look.
cook. Just hush.
Look.
You got it.
I'm not
follow
no cook.
instructions.
Oh.
Look,
I got every measuring cup. I get all the ingredients. That's how I knew about the sherry wine. Because I had some, I forget what it was, but it was some sherry wine in it. And because I thought it was actual wine at first until I, went to the store and bought it.
difference.
Yeah. And I was, I tasted it. I was like, okay, this is different.
It's terrible. It tastes terrible. But when you cook
when
with
you
it,
cook it.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
cook with it. Uh-huh.
It has a real bitter taste to it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Because I was over here like, should I be
Are you-
following this?
no.
Oh, you never cooked with wine before?
No, I'm talking about following instructions to the T.
Man,
But
don't
it's
be
the same,
listening to E from
it's the
New
same
York.
thing when you go to culinary school. I mean, it's
And
how
how
it come out of book. I
in
know
the country.
somebody.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
where I
someone
went.
right
You didn't learn
now.
how to cook like
Yeah,
that.
not at all.
I know someone right now taking culinary classes online. Okay, and she cooks and she lets me try it. And
That's
I'm
good.
talking about everything from Chinese food to hummus, and she's learning it
You can't say hummus.
online. What you say?
Hummus.
No,
Let
you
me
can't
stop
say
playing.
you can't say that she's taking culinary arts class and she's cooking hummus.
Look,
My
but
12-year-old.
let me tell you, that hummus.
She shot fire.
Hey, that hummus was special. She
That's
dressed
what
it
she said
up.
was special.
I was like, look, you could tell someone went to school. It had the little art.
Really?
Yeah,
So
Okay,
it was
I
on
went to
point.
culinary school.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's why.
Eddie is
Oh,
a
wow.
And I learned from my grandmother, and I went to both schools. So the reason I went to the school is when my wife was like, I always watch Cooking Channel. I don't watch anything else on TV besides the Cooking Channel, Food Network,
Okay.
all that kind of stuff.
NBA 2K.
So yeah, and that in the video game, of course. But I loved to cook, and I learned from my grandma when I was younger. I learned by accident because I was always taste testing. So I was always in the kitchen with her, and she was like, "Why don't you just go to culinary school?" So my mentality was I was going to learn food that was going to give me money on not just the black side, but the other side.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you have to, because not everybody eats collard greens and
Diverse
all that.
palate.
All of it come from black people. I don't care what type of food it is, except for green bean casserole out of the can and add some Italian.
and raisins and potato salad.
Yes. See, that's not that ain't come from. No offense to people
No,
that
it
like
does not. It
raisins
does
and
not. It
potatoes
does not.
and potato salad,
It
but
is-
Yeah, I don't know
I,
nothing about
just,
that.
I never had it because I looked at it and I was like, "Ooh, they got a bug problem." I was like, "Hey, did y'all know this? Y'all got roaches in y'all potatoes."
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So it's like you learn how to cook like shark. I know how to cook
Yeah.
that kind of
Ooh.
stuff.
Right,
I learned
right.
how to cook like Japanese food. So I learned a lot. Cooking and going to school that I would never learn from home.
Right.
You know how to cook home, but you always want to
So you got
venture
the
out.
best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got bulgogi going on. Well, no, we supposed to have steak, but I got some bulgogi in there soaking right now, bro. Have y'all ever had bulgogi?
I've
Yes.
tried
Yes,
it.
I've tried
Okay,
it.
yeah, y'all ain't my bulgogi. My bulgogi be off the chain, bro, because I put my little seasoning in there. I put the garlic in there, let it sit, cuz.
Then he'll call me and say, "Hey, what you think about this right here?" And I was like, "Well, add this." All right. Appreciate you, bro.
Really can appreciate this conversation. So I have a 12-year-old son, And you know, you try to get your sons and you trying to see what they like. You get your children to figure out what they like, and you going into that. And he keeps going back to this cooking thing. Now his grandma was a cook, his daddy could cook. Most of the people in his family could cook. I come from a family. You get your protein, you get your vegetables. Yeah. You know, like simple. Make it simple. Like that's what growing up for me looked like. You get your nutrients and you get for your health. Right. This is more for you eating for that. But every time he comes to me and he does this thing, I'm like, why are we focusing so much on food? Like, I'm not going shopping for that dish. But having this conversation right now, it must be therapeutic for you. It must be something for you.
It's not only that, but if you think about it, right? You think there's going to be machines that's going to cook food for us?
Right. Right.
It's always going to be somebody that needs to cook.
Right.
Yes.
So, like, for instance, our goddaughter, she wants to be a veterinarian. So anytime something dealing with animals come behind, even if I don't want to go, we don't really want to go, we send her. It ain't a zoo she ain't been to yet, besides the Atlanta Zoo. And, I just don't like that traffic up there, man.
Yeah.
That's a different animal up there, man.
No pun intended.
Yeah, but no, there's plenty of points intended. They'll run you clean off that road if you ain't driving right.
Hey, I got something to say about that, Eddie. I'm sorry, bro. You're right in thinking that nobody's going to cook for you. But right now, the restaurant jobs at McDonald's, Checkers, even at the bigger restaurants now, I think it's going to be Olive Garden soon. Don't quote me on that, but the bigger chains are adapting to robots.
No, they're adapting to robot servers.
No, you're wrong.
Because
I urge you to look it up. Okay. And admit, but you know what I'm talking about.
Man, we were at the restaurant and the robot brought us the food. Yeah, right? I mean, and it was so precise. I'm sitting across from you. It know who to stop in front of. Yeah, so it's coming.
Well, in the kitchen. I've already seen it. Look, in the kitchen, they got these robots cooking the burgers, cooking the fries, and there are now unmanned McDonald's. Like, there's nobody there. You drive through
the entire place.
You do your order, and most time now they want you to order on the app, and when you pull up, for some reason they know what your order is. You scan the screen, it pulls it up, boom, so your order is either ready or they'll make it fresh, and they don't need nobody in there. Not a soul. And now they got the big walks and everything that you see at especially at the Asian restaurants or Chinese restaurants, right? Look, it's whipping up the food, boom, boom. It gets the portions right of what they want, because on the spatula, it can weigh it at the same time to put it on the plates. Right. Look, this is getting crazy because people aren't wanting to work. Yeah. Because everybody feels like, well, no, I should be getting $30 an hour. Look, I get that concept. Let me break some things down. This is free game. When you do that, and then you say to yourself, you want to start a business, and then you got to hire somebody off the bat at $30 an hour. That's not where it's at. We got to start raising up our skill levels too. Right. Yeah. You understand? Like real value. Talk. Yeah, our value has to be there. And if we are all doing a good job, what they can do is hire people, but they just hire less people that are doing a very good job at what they do. Because that's where our world is going to, man. I don't want to be being served by robots, y'all.
I think another thing for us to think about when we think about public health within our communities.
Yes.
What that does for that. Like, so I'm happy that y'all are cooking. I'm happy that my son wants to cook, and let me just buy the groceries. But when we think about our health, diabetes, all these other things what we put in that food, what do we have to preserve it with for the robot to be able to cook it? What do we have to protect it, like throw on it so that it doesn't get any, bacteria and stuff on it?
That's true.
There's other things we got. So I'm really skeptical about where I eat out
Me
at
too.
now. Like,
very much so. My kids, they never ate baby food because I read that the shelf life was 1.5 years. And I'm like, you want me to feed my child something that was on a shelf for 1.5 years or could sit on a shelf for 1.5 years? And that was kind of like the beginning of my journey, like looking where your food is coming from, how it's prepared. And it's just scary, the things that we consume and like we're forced to consume. I remember I was listening to an ad and it was saying, oh, it's free from BPA and plastic and all this. And the person in the room at the time was like, well, that's dumb. Who would eat that and who would put that in their food? I'm like, those plastic plates, the things that you're eating off of. And like they didn't realize it. So I urge people all the time. I did 2.5 years with no dairy, no soy, no eggs. And having to read those labels, I was just like, what in the world? If it didn't have sugar in it, it had soy in it. If it didn't have sugar and soy, it had so many chemicals and things to preserve it that it made me, like you said, a lot more selective about what I eat and where I eat.
And I think that's the bigger...
Sugar's very sneaky.
Yeah, corn syrup.
Yeah, it's in everything.
It's in everything, even your fruit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think for our community, it's really, really important for us to think about food differently. I don't care how good it is and how, like, we're dying and we're sick and we're not paying attention to it, and we're staying in these habits of, well, so and so did this way, or I've been eating this for this long. We're staying in those habits, and now the diseases are just spreading and spreading, because now my child watching me eat the same thing that gave Big Mama this. You see what I'm saying? And we're just passing that same thing down. So our community have this love relationship with food, and in my house I look at it totally different, and me and my husband might go back and forth, and I'm like, well, I'm juicing this week, I ain't feel like cooking.
Right.
What y'all want to eat? There's some sweet potato, we could bake it and throw a piece of fish in there with, like, but I'm so simple with the way I think about food, just because I'm like, my juicer is making me feel good right now.
And there's foods that we eat that are illegal in other countries.
Yes.
You know,
That's what I was about to hit on, bro.
I'm like, that's FDA approved. I don't want FDA approved anything.
Right.
I'm like,
So let me tell you guys something. Look here, when you're getting these food and drug, the FDA, they're looking at stuff. Did you know that companies can have a certain amount of insects in their food? They can have a certain amount of plastics that they find in their food. They can have a certain amount of rat feces that they find in their food. That's exactly why the FDA says you need to cook it to this temperature, because they say, you know what, it could kill the bacteria of that.
I'm so passionate about what we're talking about, y'all, because I'm sorry.
Let's go
I'm going to keep on coming in. So everything that you just said, it's fine for the food to do it, for us to do that with the food and still sell it. And a lot of times we don't realize there's 5 for $20. This, and what communities it's placed in. And we think we catching deals and filling our freezers up with the same food.
I don't even eat frozen food. Like, I'm not eating if it was frozen.
And it's being sold
not at my house. I don't know. Some restaurants, I don't know what you did with it, but
it's being served and presented in certain communities. You know, and economically we can't think about it. It's like, no, I need food for the family this week. This is what's gonna do. That 5 for $20, divvy that out. But it's like we said, as a leader, as a, you know, whoever we want to be in our community, and how we show up with policies and how we show up with on a bigger level. So if we're able to be on that bigger level, like, well, altogether the policy needs to change. It does not need to be allowed in any store, in any neighborhood. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I also enjoy moving outside of and just moving around to see what people are talking about and how it affects my community and what I'm doing, because all of this stuff comes out and then it's like, oh, we could just put it up, we could just place that meat over there and we'll change the policy a little bit and just put it over there. And I'm like, well, I live right there.
You know what? But it comes from such a high level, you know, because some of these companies get subsidies, you know, to produce these foods. And it's cheaper, you know, and especially when you start talking about disadvantaged communities where price and cost is such a factor.
Exactly.
They're going to lean towards, you know, what works better for their pocketbook and less for their health.
But and that's where you have to prioritize, because I know I have I remember when I was in the gym that was a long time ago, but anyway, I had friends, so, oh my god, you play that much to go to the gym, because I had a personal trainer, everything. Need to get back to it, but anyway, I remember them saying, oh my god, I can't believe you play that much. I'm like, but you go get your nails done every 2 weeks. You go get your lashes. It's just about where your priority is. In that time in my life, my focus, I was very highly focused on exercise and making sure that my money went to that. So even with that argument, I tell people you have to really prioritize what's important for you and put your money there.
Right.
And if you don't, like, you will definitely see the impacts of it in everything that you do. Like, I can tell the difference in my productivity. I can tell the difference in the way I feel by what I'm eating.
Absolutely.
And I know, really short. I traveled with work before to China and to Dubai. And when there, the food that I ate, like, I ate all the time, but I was also moving. Like, I felt so good.
Right.
And when I came back to the States, I could. There's some things I still don't eat or won't drink because I can taste the difference and I remember what it's supposed to be like. And that made me wonder, like, if they are able, countries like populations a lot greater than us, if they are able to live off of clean food and real food, what is stopping us?
Which
I know the answer, but
also when I'm in
by design.
Right, when I'm in Senegal, a disadvantaged country, like, most folks ain't got it, but they have their sheep.
Right.
They go, like, the families that don't have it have that, and then when if the other families don't have it, they share it. So when they're killing one of them animals to eat, they're sharing it with the families that don't have it. But that meat, that food,
fresh.
You taste that quality.
Listen, Mitch and I went to Nigeria.
Exactly.
Okay.
Y'all got to come to Senegal.
We about to hit a lot of those spots.
All right.
The thing that we really found out, though, and I found out, was when I got there and I started eating, I was good, right? Then all of a sudden I went through this part where my stomach was, I was blowing it up. My body was adjusting. I had to realize this. After that little sickness and everything, it was all of that toxins coming out.
Yeah, you're purging.
And after that, I lost so much weight. My bloating went down. This was within 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, 10 days. 10 days.
And after all of that happened, I mean, I had regular movements in the morning when I was supposed to. I wasn't bloated as much as you would expect someone to be. And it was a trip, y'all, because I started feeling better. My energy level, I was afraid to get in the elevator in Africa because of the rolling blackouts. That I wasn't doing that.
I probably wouldn't either.
Look, my big self was going up and down them stairs. They'd be like, "Oh, come get in the elevator." No, I'm not getting in the elevator. And I went up the steps, and I had the energy to do that, though. And that's a difference, man. And people say that, oh, when you go to these countries, you see all these flies, and they cutting it up. And look, at this point, I really don't care, to be honest.
Because flies was disrespectful.
Yeah, they were very disrespectful.
They worse than roaches.
But you know what? When you start looking at it, we have the same thing going here, but we just don't see it because our food is all pretty and placed with carbon monoxide to keep the meat red when it's not even supposed to be red.
Yeah.
Because all of that blood and stuff is supposed to be drained and everything, and that what makes the meat. But we're we're visual people here in America, y'all. So when I saw the goat head sitting outside on a block, right? I'm like, oh man, I gotta. And when I ate the food, I was like, this is pretty good.
That head don't look so bad after
Right.
And when you even the KFC at the KFC, they don't ship in chicken. That KFC, bro, they had the chickens in the back.
It's different.
Bro.
That's a different type of KFC.
It's like it is. So you're like, wait a minute. So they use the same spices, but they don't use the spices we use in America because a lot of that stuff's in the approved.
Yeah.
So they make their own. Is this the spice you put in there? Okay, we have our own spice without that. Okay, and you taste it, and it's so fresh, man. Yeah, because we went during the time where it was what was it? Was it moon? What was the thing? It was a Muslim religious holiday.
I forget the name, but I do remember that they sent us a picture of a ram.
Yes,
and that ram was alive and healthy.
Yes.
Less than 24 hours later, Everyone was on a plate.
Look,
Yeah, y'all was probably celebrating the end of Ramadan. It's Eid, and you got to get a big round. You got to get
you say Eba?
Eid.
Eid. Was it Eid? Eid moon? It might be because it was a.
That's when the new moon comes out.
Everybody had a round.
Okay. Yeah.
Look,
everybody had a round.
I mean, when I was taking this is where he wasn't there, and I'm still mad about that. When I'm riding 9 hours to go 60 miles and getting pulled over by everybody to get, you had to do your thing in Africa. But look, all I saw was countryside of different looking cows. Their cows don't look like our cows. Their goats don't look like our goats. The goats around there look like dogs. Like I saw pet goats. You rarely saw a dog around there.
Yeah.
So you saw goats and they got common sense. These goats were looking like to cross the road. They're like, and they crossing the road. But that day, every goat was dipping. They were like, you know what? I'm going to duck off for these next 3 days because that 24 hours.
Right. New moon coming.
They already know what time it
It's
is.
the sound, though, y'all. It was the sound because they got them goats all at the same time. All you know, it was happy goats out there. Were like, oh, yeah, we eating our last meal. The next thing you know, you saw old boy come out there with the knife. Hey, it is time to eat. Yes. And all you heard was, I was like, oh, Lord, we eating good tonight.
Right.
But the food freshness,
Yeah.
that is something that you just can't beat, y'all. And you're right. You're right about that. We need to start looking at what we're putting in our bodies and what we're allowing them to tell us that is safe to eat.
Yeah.
Because I remember when cheese used to go bad. And
Bread too.
Bread too. And now, you buy some cheese today, it'll have an expiration date of Christmas. And I'm like, how? What are y'all doing? What are y'all putting in this?
Yep.
Yes.
And we're ingesting it,
Right.
and we're wondering why cancer is so rampant, and osteoporosis and all these inflammation diseases.
Exactly.
Yeah, another thing I was thinking about, being around young kids, I'm starting to notice a lot of kids are starting to eat solid foods later. And I have two theories. The first one is because the food isn't real, like natural, like what they're eating, so their body is rejecting it because they're newborns. Well, new, like one. And then my second theory is that their parents aren't cooking or feeding them enough whole foods that they aren't used to eating meals. So that's something like I'm noticing and like just paying attention to it because I feel like it's something there. I've seen too many kids 1-2 years old still not eating table food yet.
Right.
And I'm like, at 6-9 months, I had to keep mine from eating
I feel like we give children too many options now. Like even my daughter, sometimes she's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna eat that." I blend that thing up and make a pasta with it, and she eat all those same vegetables, thinking she's eating. You know what I mean? So it's like we got to be innovative too to make sure that we're getting those nutrients to our children because it does cause things later on if they're just used to eating chicken tenders, fried chicken, and French fries.
Y'all keep talking about this and you keep saying to me that we just need more family because when you have a family you tend to cook at home a little bit more, y'all. Instead of just going out and just eating whatever, because everybody want to get around and say, "Okay, your mama be throwing down."
Well, that's true. That's true. Because my kids will tell me, "All right, mama, we done ate out too much.
Right.
We want food. You need to cook."
And see, if y'all jokers don't know, Crystal at home cooking.
Yes, I could.
Y'all might need to hit that hit her in the DMs. No, I'm just playing.
Hey, applications earlier.
Hey, look.
You got a
Not
screening
no
process.
busters. Not no busters.
Screening process.
Look, no, seriously, y'all. When you cook at home, man, it's better. I used to like to eat out all the time. I can't do it, man. And I would be the one promoting it, and my other half would be like, "We eat at home.
Right.
I know how to cook." And here I am, I'm debating against it. Like, no, I really won't eat all this. I want to go to the Chinese restaurant and eat all the noodles that might be plastic when I'm eating, watching it on TV. And the thing that get me is, how we going to sit in a restaurant, right? Eat the food, and them jokers come out with a whole totally different plate that ain't even on the menu.
Right.
You ever see the workers come out from the back? They be having chicken foot and
Everything steamed.
I get what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying.
I know, I'm messing with you.
It's like
I get
fresh
you.
food.
I got you. But
Like
that's
the
true.
soup.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well,
That's
hey,
true.
Where's that at? Oh no! He cooked these for us. No, you keep eating that, please.
But they are serving their customer. It goes back to they know Americans' palate isn't the way that they eat it,
Exactly.
so that they're going to make the fried rice Americanized the way that they fry the chicken. And like I know for me, like E-Tang, I think it's E-Tang in Savannah. They are authentic Chinese restaurant, and like I said, after going to China, I cannot eat typical Chinese food the way that we eat it because I've tasted the difference in how it's made there. And so now like E-Tang is one of the few places that I visit.
E-Tang,
yes.
Savannah, Georgia.
I'll go with you if you're going. And then, but I'm not gonna lie, every now and then I'll do PF Chang, but still it's selective. When I eat out, it's selective because I now know the difference, and even if I'm not going to make the best choice, I'll make a better choice. So that's some advice I have for people too. If you can't totally eat clean or whole foods, at least choose the better option.
Yeah,
the better option.
Daola said conscious eating.
Yes, I was gonna shout her out. So that's Kakamil. Put your Facebook in there. She does plant-based cooking classes too, and I think she'll be a great guest.
You talking about Cackle-Meal?
Yes.
You talking about where I go get my stuff at?
Yes.
Hey man, shouts out to Cackle-Meal.
Yes, the best.
Downtown Hinesville.
Yeah, downtown Hinesville is right
best.
across the street from the Bradwell Park where they have the farmers market. Look, you go in there, she got everything you need. I'm talking about for your stones in there. She has precious jewels. She has everything that you need. She has the
best body scrub
yes.
ever, and the Fireside Tonic. Those
The
are my
fire
two.
star. That's what I was trying
Yes.
to get to. That fire. Look, when you drink that, you be like, spicy.
Yeah.
And
But I like it.
Yeah. And did y'all know that these spices they help your body process more? I used to not like spicy food, but nowadays I've been eating more spice. As long as and this is bad, I have to take my little heartburn stuff. Lord Jesus. But the spices, they help you. Really, they help you a lot.
Ginger, turmeric.
Yes.
Yeah, those are my
I guess
favorite.
my mama raised me on that, so I'd give it to my children now as a preventative. Cayenne, honey, lemon.
Yeah.
Like we always eating something with ginger in it. Like so, even my 2-year-old now, she knows how to stomach that stuff. So
And that helps
I think it's
reduce the inflammation.
Yeah, I do
Yes.
ginger
Your body
daily.
as well. Yep.
Bro, since I've been eating back bad, I'm sure I have.
No,
I
I'm
gotta
laughing
admit
because
it.
I know. I know.
Look, I've been eating back bad,
We gonna do better.
and it's terrible on my system, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because even though I was taking stuff for heartburn, I didn't really have to take it, to be honest. But now that I've been eating bad like I'm not supposed to, I can see it coming back up, and you can feel the inflammation in your body, man.
For sure.
talking about this health thing, I'm glad that she mentioned that because I think she does something with herbs as well.
Oh,
so,
yes.
So even in synagogue, like I'm thinking about all the ailments and stuff we're talking about now, and when I go home to synagogue and the things that they do, like they'll be like, like take that, soak that in that water, for a week, and this is gonna help you with your husband with his blood pressure. And I'm like, this in the water? Yeah, wait till it turns brown. It's like those type of things that we used to do here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for
It's
sure.
like it's probably still growing in the woods.
My grandmother, she goes, I love you, Granny. She was so upset. My granddaddy tore down her life everlasting bush. Like all through her yard, she had different things and she would say, go out there and get X, Y, Z.
Right.
And it was so funny. One day I was there visiting her, and she was like, "Oh, you need some life everlasting." I'm going outside. She went, and she was like, "Where is it? I can't believe it." So I tell people too, a lot of the things that we thought were weird, I guess in my culture, Gullah Geechee, the things that we thought were weird, like pay attention, because even some of the things that they think is new, like our grandparents, aunts, uncles, we've been doing that, like grounding. We've been walking outside with no shoes on to calm your nerves, So it's things like that we need to pay attention to and tap back into and go back to the basics. So like me, like right now, I'm just very minimal with everything because there's nothing wrong, like you said, with small beginnings.
Exactly.
Yes. Y'all, look, I'm not gonna lie, I've been enjoying this with you guys. You queens are amazing. Kings, y'all are amazing too. We're coming to the end because we've already went over about 11 minutes, but I don't care.
I was vibing.
Look, we were vibing, and we're about to go into what I like to call the last message that we want to give today to the people.
Okay.
So today we're going to start with the wonderful queen. Y'all forgive me. I'm Anita.
Aminetta.
Ami. No,
Ami.
bump that. Your name is Aminetta.
Okay.
That's your name. All right, Queen Aminetta.
Yes.
And also, I want to give a shout out to what's your husband's last name again? Morris. King Morris. We appreciate you for just supporting us and having her, giving her your blessing to be here today. Thank you, King Morris. All shouts out to you. So we're gonna go into this part right now. Is there anything you want to say to the folks out there, Queen Aminetta?
I guess I'd just like to leave everybody with the thought of, again, little by little, a bird builds its nest. We are a mighty, mighty community. And with partnership and collaboration, we can go really far, and we can help and reach everybody in our community with partnership and collaboration. There's a little bit for everybody.
Look, that was clean. She said, little by little, a bird builds his nest. Look, that was clean, girl. So, hey, since you did that clean like that, I ain't following it, though. Hey, Mitch,
Look,
what do you got to tell the people?
I'm going to go the safe route and wish all of the queens a happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
And enjoy it. Relax. Let your loved ones take care of you and love on you as they should every day.
Yes.
And I told you I was going to take the safe route. I'm going to pass it off.
Ashe. That's what Dallas said. We're gonna go with Eddie.
Me?
Yeah, bro. Let's go.
No. Well, like King Boss said, I want to sing happy birthday. I mean, happy Mother's Day. I said birthday.
Look, it's somebody's birthday.
Yeah, somebody's birthday today. But happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to my mother, my mother-in-law, and my wife, my queen.
Yes.
She is the rock of who I am. But I want to leave this quote that I learned in the 3rd grade. Shout out to Miss Poole. She was the owner of what was that?
Deli?
No. Restaurant Izola's.
Okay.
She was my actually 3rd grade teacher.
Okay.
And she had a quote that we learned in 3rd grade, which was long time ago. The quote was, "Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is your better, and your better is your best."
That's what's
and
up.
as a community, I think that's what we need. Us as African Americans, Caucasians, Latins, all of the different dynamic ethnicities. It took me I had to practice that word. Like, I'm country, so it's kind of hard for me to say this kind of word.
You get it.
Well, I struggle too, but I know my wife is like, please don't make me look bad on TV. You are smart. You are smart, husband. Don't show the dumb side. Just show them that you're smart. But I think as a community, we need that. We need to support each other because just earlier about businesses, we as black people look for the discount.
Let's go with it now.
Because even as you're a black business owner, they're like, I want a discount. Can you hook me up? But you'll go to Bath and Body Works and pay $30 for a little candle that's bad for you.
Right.
That's what I say.
But then when I'm sitting here making candles that I take my time into and make them look like desserts, you want a discount for them. Or the next person, or they know you, like, hey, let me get a discount. I've never been like that. I've always wanted to support, and people be like, I give you a discount. No. What do you charge?
Right.
Yes.
I want to pay what you charge because you're giving me a service that I cannot do.
Right.
So I think.
Not even to cut you off. You doing your thing.
You're not good. But I think that's just where we're at in society. We need to learn to come together and help each other out.
I was just gonna say, just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying. How you have, and it was some billionaire. I saw it somewhere, but he was like, how we have baby showers, you need to have business showers.
What?
When your people start a business, we need to pour into them.
Yes.
And we need to do that more as a community. So,
I like that. Business showers.
For my baby shower, I think I need about $5 for all them candles they took from me.
I still got them on the burner. Shouldn't have given them a
candles
gift.
too?
Yes.
Oh, you what?
Oh, nice. Okay.
and they smell great.
Yes. And shouts out to is it Cockamille?
Cockamille.
I said cock. My bad. Cockamille. Look, and she knows that when she opened her business, and I'm gonna speak on this. But when she opened her business, I came in, I was getting the items, and she was like, "You know what, champ? I got you. It's cool. Just a little. I'm gonna give you." I was like, "Hell no! Don't give me nothing now. Right now, I got it." So look, if it's a hard day or something like that, I understand. But you just opened.
Yep.
And I know she on there right now, and I know she remember that. But look, respect your people's businesses. Because nobody else really is. You can see somebody else start a business and they people show up. Good, better, or best.
Right.
They people are showing up. And when we start something, the first thing we want is, hey man, and then don't even have no nothing to offer the person, like no benefit of advertising. It's just like, yo man, you ain't with me, I know you so long. Yeah, if you know me so long, you know how hard it was for me to get here.
Right, you know my story.
You know my story, so you're supposed to be here above everybody else trying to pay full price.
Right.
So yes, I believe in that also. And Queen Heart.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have a business consulting portion of my business that I do. Ami was part of the group, and she did the course. And so one thing we talked about there is mindset. And so what I want to leave everybody with is something that I teach all of my students, and it is what you offer is valuable, the way you offer it is unique, and you deserve to be paid for that gift so you can live a life of purpose and profit. So I want everybody to remember that, whether you're a business owner or not, that whatever it is you're offering, it has value. So you make sure that you protect that gift and that you share it accordingly.
Wow. That's deep. Y'all remember that, and I want y'all to really lock in. Everyone at this table has something that they can give to the community in their good, better, or best way. And the way that we can get them in their good, better, or best way is to support them, support us. So I want to leave you guys with this. It takes a lot to show up for people that might not show up for you. Because basically I tell everybody, you start off with delusion because nobody else will ever see your vision. Right? And everybody will keep telling you why you can't do that, why you shouldn't do that, or no, that's too much, until they see it work, and then you're a genius. So you've got some people, I'm going to tell you this now, certain delusions in business is always good to hold on to, but you got to do something productive towards that vision, so that other people can see it. You understand? Kings and queens, I appreciate all of your time today. It's much love to you guys. Happy Mother's Day to all the queens out there. Y'all better celebrate, have a good time, enjoy yourself, relax. And like someone said earlier today, look, sometimes all you need is that peace and quiet, because you might just hear noise. Okay? So if you need that peace and quiet, don't forget to go get it. All right? Get your peace and quiet, so that you can spread more love and your battery will be charged at least 80%. It's your boy King Conda, the People's Champ. We enjoyed it right here at Black Kings Free Game, and we're out.